How to manifest when you don't believe. Hello beautiful soul, welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach, and in this video I'm going to share with you exactly how you can manifest anything you want even if you don't believe it. Because yes, it is absolutely possible to manifest your desires even if your belief system says otherwise. This is about understanding that there is a hierarchy when manifesting. At the top, there is the I am consciousness, the feeling state, the mood, the frequency. Below that is where your senses exist. So what you are sensing through your five senses, it's where imagination is at, it's where thinking is at. And then below that is your physical reality. So how manifestation works is that you become a vibrational match to what you want, and then it manifests into your physical reality. Now, when most people get into manifestation and they begin to do the work, they start at the second level, which is the level of the senses, the five senses. They start with imagination, they start with belief work, where they're like affirming their new beliefs. You know, a belief is just a thought that you keep thinking, that once you think enough times, it becomes a habit, backed with an emotion. And so a lot of times people will focus on trying to change their belief with affirmations. And for most people, it doesn't work. And the reason why that is because if you don't have emotion behind what you are saying, then you're not really doing anything. You're not really changing anything. You have to be feeling what you're saying. Otherwise, it's not working. But let's say that right now you're somebody whose belief goes against your desire. Maybe you desire to manifest a relationship, but your belief system says it's never going to happen for you. And maybe you've done belief work, you sit there, you've tried to affirm, I do have my dream relationship, but you just don't believe it. In fact, the more you affirm, the worse you feel. And there is a reason for this. It's because when you're still in survival mode, now is not the time to do belief work or to affirm. But let's say this is where you're at. What you want to do is you want to stop working at the level of the senses. So this is level 2. Instead, you want to go up a level. You want to go to the level of the I am consciousness, the frequency, the mood, the feeling state. This is where the magic happens. When you begin to operate at this level, when you focus on the frequency, on the feeling, you transcend duality. When you're at the I am consciousness state, sickness and health does not exist. Poverty and wealth does not exist. You completely transcend duality. At the I am consciousness, only wholeness exists. So if you focus on getting into the I am consciousness through meditation, which allows you to feel whole, which allows you to open your heart, which allows you to get into that state of allowing, where you're not in your analytical mind. Okay, when you're dealing with the I am consciousness, you're out of your analytical mind. When you're dealing at the level of the senses, you're in your analytical mind. So you go beyond that and you begin to dwell with the I am consciousness and you become whole. It takes care of everything. The frequency does the work. And so that trickles down into the senses and then into the physical manifestation. And this is how you can manifest anything you want. If your belief system doesn't align with what you want, you go to the I am consciousness. You skip the level of the belief work, which is at the senses level, which is at the analytical mind level, and you go straight to the I am consciousness, where you're practicing just being. What do I mean by the I am consciousness? This is about practicing becoming pure consciousness. When you're pure consciousness, it means that you no longer have an identity or no longer associating yourself as, for example, I am no longer associating myself as Priya, who is female, who is an entrepreneur. You become nothing. You just focus on that blank space and you begin to feel whole and you open up your heart. An example of how this has worked in my own life is when I cured an incurable disease that I had. Now, it wasn't anything to do with like death. It wasn't a deathly disease, but it was still a disease that used to cause me a lot of pain sometimes, like physical pain. So what I did was for 5 days, I meditated for an hour a day and I went into the I am consciousness. I became pure consciousness. I really focused on allowing, on becoming nothing. where I began to vibrate at this state of consciousness where I felt so whole, so fulfilled, and so happy by becoming nothing. Because what happens is when you lose your identity, when you become nothing, your vibration naturally rises to the frequency of source. This is when you transcend duality, good and bad. You become whole. You become one with source instead of feeling separate from it. And when you're vibrating at that frequency, it does the work for you. It alters everything going down. So it alters your belief system, and then that manifests into your 3D reality. After 5 days of doing this, my incurable disease endometriosis, which I had for the majority of my life, completely went away. I didn't have to do belief work about it. Instead, I skipped that level and I went straight to the I am consciousness, and I focused on that in meditation, and that did the work for me. So what I highly encourage you to do is I highly encourage you to learn and to master how to get into the I am consciousness through meditation, how to become pure consciousness, how to go beyond your analytical mind. And you can absolutely train yourself to get there. I didn't know how to do it before, but once I learned how to do it and I trained myself to get there, I was able to reach a state of consciousness where I transcended polarity and duality. I became so whole, and from there, lack cannot exist. When you're whole, lack no longer exists. And so that did the work for me. I did not sit there trying to change my beliefs and affirming day in and day out, oh, I am well, I am well. I never did any of that. I just went straight to the I am consciousness, felt whole, went to the feeling state that did the work for me. So this is how you can manifest anything you want without doing belief work. Even if you don't believe, it doesn't matter. Go to the I am consciousness, become whole, and it does the work for you so that you're no longer separate from what you want. You're no longer seeing your manifestation as something outside of you, a destination or a place to get to. Instead, you become the person that already has your manifestation when you become whole and you transcend polarity. So to recap, when you don't believe in your manifestation, you don't have to do belief work. In fact, if you've been doing belief work and it hasn't worked for you, I highly suggest putting that down and instead training yourself to get into the I am consciousness, where you become pure consciousness, where you transcend polarity, where you feel so whole, where your heart is so open, where only wholeness resides. There is no lack. And then let that do the work for you. That will trickle down into your 5 senses, which will then trickle down into your physical manifestation. So the I am consciousness is number 1. It's the most powerful thing that does the work for you, so you don't have to do belief work, which is happening at the second level in your analytical mind. When you do this, you can manifest anything you want without doing belief work. Now, if you want to learn how to get into the I am consciousness so that you don't have to do belief work to manifest what you want, if you want to learn how to master this, if you want a clear roadmap, then you can get your hands on my manifestation courses by clicking the link below in the description box. Finally, if you are somebody who does want to do belief work, if you're somebody right now who doesn't quite believe in your manifestation, but you want to learn how to change your beliefs so that you can manifest what you want, then you can watch my video here next, how to change your beliefs to manifest it. And last but not least, thank you so much for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a beautiful day. Mwah.